Today is the big day. We have the ZR2 here. We're about to go under the knife for surgery. We're gonna be doing a brand new front bumper. We're gonna jump right into this. Oh, wait a minute. We have the U-Haul truck over here. I completely forgot. My dad's been working on this all month. Been so busy. I feel horrible because I can't come over here and help him. And he has so much else on his plate. So like the progress that he's made on this is incredible because he's so busy just helping out with the family and stuff like that. So the U-Haul truck teardown is coming along nicely. Not too much done here in the front, but the seat's finally been removed. That was all jammed up because of some bullet holes. All the dash is good. Actually, a lot of these parts are for sale, so let me know if you want them. Steering wheel's in great shape. The entire dash is in perfect condition and works. A lot of the other interiors like kind of shot up, but like obviously all of the steering components, shocks, control arms, everything like that, radiator. We're not going to be selling the engine for now, but that type of stuff, if you guys want it, hit me up. They're all for sale, super cheap. And we got the back axle here, disc brakes, calipers, leaf springs, all that junk is for sale. And the rear bumper is, I think that's already gone. So yeah, if you guys want it, hit me up. And we can make a deal because I just want these things gone so my dad doesn't have to harbor this thing all winter long. Because the goal is to get this thing down to engine and transmission and eventually stick it in that 1983 Trans Am. Anyway, Fab Fours hooking us up. It is sick. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was surreal whenever this company hit me up because they're a huge established company. They don't really need help from no-name YouTubers like myself. And the fact that they love the CR2 Colorado build so much that they're hooking us up with, I believe this is the rear bumper. We have the front bumper, which I think has winch mounts also. And then some new rock sliders, which is sick. So also, I'm going to be selling the factory rock sliders off of this one because we have some upgraded ones from Fab Fours. So hit me up if you want those. But yeah, let's get this thing started. I'm actually kind of nervous. I mean, not nervous. You guys know what I mean, where this is a big undertaking because I'm not a mechanic. I'm not like super mechanically savvy when it comes to vehicles. The front bumper, at least, I know we have to do some cutting. So I brought along my Sawzall because we're going to be cutting, I think, along this line. Hopefully they have directions, but I doubt they do because this is probably meant to be sent to a professional and they're just going to kind of know what to do. The only problem is I thought this was going to clean up a lot of our damage. Unfortunately, this is where the brunt of the damage is. The only damage down here, which is the part we're replacing, is obviously the tear right here, which saves us some cutting, I guess. And then where the frame punched through right here, I guess behind there, the bumper inlay. And then but this all damage here is going to be staying, so hopefully I can get back behind there and pop this out. This is some really thick plastic and there's a lot of curves to it, so it's going to be kind of difficult. We have to take some heat to it, and you can see here in comparison how this is shaped. There is a lot of damage. Anyway, let's get the boxes open and get started. Oh my gosh, yeah, like I said, hit up Fab Fours. It's so cool that they're hitting up low-level YouTuber like myself and trusting me to promote their product and do it justice. So I believe this is the rear bumper that's in here. I'm used to those like Lego instructions. They're just like step 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're done. So a little box here probably has some hardware in it. Normally I get hit up by like Chinese companies, stuff like that, and it's like, all right, cool, I'm getting a free product, but you know the product's not going to be that great. Fab Fours, 100% made in America, American steel. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. So in this little box of goodies, we've got the license plate lights and also directions, which I was worried about. It's not too much for the rear bumper, but this one's specifically for the rear bumper installation of the Vengeance rear bumper. Pretty badass. The front bumper, they said, is a little bit more tricky, so we're going to see if we can tackle that. But yeah, I'll show you guys the finished product here on the rear bumper once we get it installed. But this is already pretty loose, as you can tell. See, now we're set. Good weight reduction. Big ups to Chevy here. They give you a full-size spare. I'm sure a lot of other car companies do this for you, but full-size spare, and not only that, but then you also get like a real wheel. You don't have a Steely on here or something stupid, so that's awesome. Yeah, Goodyear Wrangler, really cool. Anyway, we got the rear bumper off. We're really starting to make progress here. All we have to do now is some of this stupid little wiring that you have to do. This kind of sucks because I didn't bring my wiring kit with me, but no big deal. We'll figure that out. And then we're going to throw on the new bumper. I cannot wait to see how this thing looks. After taking that off, seeing how light it was, and there's just nothing to it, I'm glad that we can shed this dead weight and get something actually aggressive on this truck. New bumper out of the box. You guys get your first view here. I love the honeycomb look on either side, and then they also have the Fab Fours logo right down here. You guys will be able to see it better on the truck, but a little surprise they threw in, which is pretty cool, to illuminate that logo. That's pretty awesome. We had to splice in some wires here. We actually just took off the original bulbs, cut them, and then we put our own wire ties on here, and those are going to wire up to LEDs, which surprising enough are working. There's no like hyper flashing or anything crazy like that going on, so really easy to install. This a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's get this thing set up on the truck so you guys can see at least the finished product on the rear end here. The rear bumper is installed, and before I get to that though, I gotta leave you guys hanging. InShaneDesigns.com, I gotta mention it, you know how this goes. We have the F450 now that just launched on the site. Every dollar you spend is worth 1 entry. So a little new route here we're going with this with entries. You guys can rack up a ton. Go down in the description right now on my tab right there, buy anything from the link down below, automatically enters you to win, plus $10,000 cash. So we got the Secure by AR-15 shirt right here, a couple new products over here, and stickers, so make sure you hit that up. And I can't wait for Mike and I to call you to let you know you won your brand new truck. Enough ads. The Fab Fours rear bumper on the 2021 Chevy Colorado ZR2. Oh my God, what I would have given to have this thing from day one. See, Chevy, this is what you got to put on your trucks from factory. This is what you need. Now, no offense to Fab Fours, because that'd be putting them out of business, but holy smokes. Look how this fits up. Don't let the wrap fool you here and think that like body lines aren't matching up. I mean, that fits like a laser. Some other companies, they're going to make you cut a bunch and do all stupid stuff. You have to weld. This bolts right up to where the factory rear bumper is and looks immaculate. I cannot wait to get on to the front bumper here. Also, the rock sliders just look a little bit more menacing than what we got on this thing. One of the best profiles on this truck is the side profile, and to have that steel bumper back there and the new off-road bumper up front with the winch might be lights out. I'm getting a Silverado ZR2, but I don't know. After seeing this truck's gonna be sticking around for a long time. I can promise you that. Brand new rock sliders on this. They look about the same. You have the Fab Fours logo on there, and they're a little bit more beefy. I don't want to undersell them, that's for sure. And the hardware included and all the clips were definitely better, if you can believe it, than what Chevy had on here. So these are rock solid, no pun intended. But yep, the ones I pulled off had a couple nicks and bruises on them, so it's good to get a fresh set on here. Not that that really matters, because that's what they're for. They're meant to get damaged and protect what's valuable on the truck, the body, the frame, and all that crap. Fab Fours, brand new rock sliders, now on to the front bumper. New day, front bumper is already off. We actually get to take a look here at some of the damage that happened during the wreck. I'll make this real quick because I know you guys want to see the finished product here. We've been screwing around enough. We have this little like plate here, stabilization plate for the fabric that goes inside the wheel well there, just the cover to keep the dirt from getting in there. That is gone on this side. It's completely gone. So there's broken plastic here. God only knows what happened. I'm assuming whenever the tree hit it, it punched that out. There's no other damage as far as I can tell on the front end. So everything behind the bumper is in good shape. Actually, what's great is, according to the directions, how far up we're going to cut here. It's gonna be along like a line right around here somewhere. So we're gonna shed all this damage that where this hole comes from here. It's actually gonna make it a little awkward now that there's like, this is supposed to be nice and smooth, and now we're gonna be cutting over stuff that's jagged. This big dent here we're gonna have to punch out because this is gonna be staying on the truck. And the only other thing that sucks is there's some torn metal. So it got to a point where it's no longer like, hey, it's just punched in, like or not metal, plastic rather, that tore. Let's get to work here. Also the tow hooks. This would be a good opportunity to repaint these. Maybe like a magenta or pink or something like that. I don't know, it would look kind of cool with the light covers on the top, would match everything. It would go good with the yellow. But I think we're gonna keep them red. Also, one last thing here. If you guys are interested in getting a wrap, I just washed this truck, and obviously you can tell it's a little bit dirty again, but just with this color pattern, this is what happens with it. But if you guys are interested in getting a wrap, this isn't the wrap company's fault. It's mainly the manufacturers, but for the most part, it's unavoidable. This is the fade that will happen on your wrap, and this is less than 6 months. I think I've had this truck wrapped now. I'm pretty sure it's like 5 months. So in 5 months, we've gone from this nice highlighter yellow right here to this sort of dull, just, I don't even know what this is. It's just an off color, really weird. So yeah, I wish I could return the truck to its former glory right there. That looks awesome. So the wrap in the future here might be coming off. Maybe we'll rewrap it into something crazy, some type of camo. I know it's played out, but on this truck I think it would look pretty cool. A little military style vehicle. Love our Sawzalls on this channel. We had the cut lines marked and everything. It's working out good, but we definitely do not have the right tool for the job, but it seems to be doing okay. I'm using a huge DeWalt reciprocating saw over here with like a lumber blade. So it's meant to cut down like huge branches off of a tree, and the tool that they're showing in the directions is just like a nice little Dremel cutting tool. So may have to invest in one of those, but it's like, how often do you use something like that? So yeah, we have the cut lines marked here with chalk. So we're gonna get rid of some of this damage down here. Only problem is we still have like all this junk that's exposed, and this we still have to see if we can pop out. Might need a heat gun for that, but we'll figure it out. Yep, so far so good. Sawzall, like I said, definitely not the best piece. This just chews up the plastic. So I should have invested in one before this if I was ever going to buy one. But we got it set on the Fab Fours bumper, which is awesome. Whenever you're doing cuts like this, you never know how it's going to turn out. Am I making the right moves here? The directions are just like black and white illustrations. These are actually colored, but most of the time they're very vague. And on this, it's like, am I making the right decision? How many of these airs I'm making are going to be covered up, because the blade would poke through, touch plastic it's not supposed to, and cut some stuff that it's not supposed to. But all of this is going to be hidden back here behind the Fab Fours bumper, and all the little towers that we had to cut on the front end of the grill here. So this will sit flush now with the bumper, which is awesome. That looks so good, nice and clean, almost looks factory. The only thing that sucks is, since this fits together so tight, the bottom here where this the dent is from the tree, it's almost accentuated, if that makes sense, you know what I mean, because there's a nice cut line here, and now we have this huge air gap. So I'll have to invest in a heat gun. I don't have the time for that right now, which sucks because I got to get home. But yeah, we gotta fix this all up, but that's gonna have to wait for a later date. So yeah, let's get this thing on the truck, because I can't believe we made this much progress today. A lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Even the Fab Fours tech was like, hey, you may need to hire someone professionally, which if you're not comfortable doing the little stuff that we did, definitely recommend that. But honestly, I'm a novice and this was super easy. So for your 2021, or I guess this would have to be for 2021 only and up, Chevy Colorado ZR2, it's gonna fit, and they look fantastic. It's not even on the truck yet, and I'm saying that. So yeah, they killed it. Fab Fours Vengeance bumper installed. The only thing that we're missing here, it seems like there's like a big bull bar that goes in front of the grill for a little bit more protection. Not that big of a deal, but this one seems to be missing it. So I guess they have different models. I didn't get to decide on which one was sent out. I was just happy that they were willing to hook me up. But yep, we got to get the winch installed here, and then also some pod lights. I think there's some mounting brackets in there. The only thing else that stinks is that this dent right here, I was able to pop out a little bit, but you still see there's a kind of an air gap. But everywhere else, it's super tight. It's really nerve-wracking whenever you have to cut stuff and you're worried where like the lines are going to match up if everything's flush. But it was exactly like I said, where this is going to eat up a lot of that overlap, and it looks great. I'm ready for Roush, boys. I really am, because you know what? Now we can truly send it. Before it was like, hey, we can send it no matter what, because we have a bruised front bumper. That exposes the radiator. This front bumper protects it a little bit just because it's steel. God forbid I run into anyone like rear ending, which will never happen, but holy smokes, that'd be a bad day for them. Or if they rear end me, oh my god, the trailer hitch and then the steel bumper, yeah, definitely not good. I want to give a quick shout out to Detour sunglasses, one of the best sunglasses I've ever owned. And I've had Oakleys, I've had Ray-Bans. These are on another level, and they're like a tenth of the price, not even. They're insane quality, and yeah, just really cool owner. They got aviators and just like the whole gambit. Women's glasses, yeah, it's great. My next video, we're gonna be taking this thing out to Roush, like I said, and doing some crazy off-road stuff. I'm glad I was able to get this stuff on. The only thing we have to do right now is we have to cut this skid plate because it's not currently on the truck. I couldn't put it on, so you have to do a little bit of trimming of the skid plate there at the bottom. I actually think it looks kind of cool without the skid plate because it's all black. Maybe I'll have to paint the skid plate black, but it offers good protection, and it gives it sort of that like pre-runner build whenever it's not on. And yeah, I'm gonna take a heat gun to this, like I said, to fix that up. Follow me on Instagram, RFRacing717, for a whole bunch of crap that's going on that end, because a lot goes live there that doesn't make it to YouTube. Vehicle Virgin is in town, so we're doing a bunch of stuff with him. We already jumped this thing like 6 times yesterday. I'm really happy that it didn't break. And if you guys want to see Mike jump over the Viper, I was lucky enough to sit in the passenger seat of the TRX whenever we went over and see the outcome of that. It was, well, you guys can check it out for yourself. If I can post that video, it's up here as a card. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Say fours in the comments for Fab Fours hooking us up. Major company hooking up a small YouTuber. That's great. In talks with Rough Country. They're sending out a 12,000 pound winch for this thing. Can't wait to get that installed. And then also in talks with Outback LED. Gonna hook us up with some pod lights for the front. And you guys already know what's next. 37s.